The best wives among the zodiac signs. Which women know how to love so much that even fate bows down before them? Who turns a house into a fortress, a relationship into a union of souls, and a man into the king of their world? Not everyone can do this, but there are those who are born to be the best wives according to their zodiac sign. Their strength lies not in words, but in an aura of calm and devotion. They do not seek drama, they create harmony. Their love is a prayer. Their loyalty is armor. Their intuition is salvation for those around them. Today, I will reveal which signs carry this rare gift. To be women who are not easily forgotten, who are remembered even after a breakup. Subscribe now so you don't miss out when I reveal the sign under which wives are born who can change a man's destiny forever. And in the comments, write, who do you think is the most loyal and strongest woman of the zodiac? Let's see if your intuition matches my prophecy. The first sign is Taurus. She's not looking for the perfect man. She creates him from the one who happens to be nearby. In her hands, an ordinary day turns into a cozy ritual, and a home becomes a place that smells of bread, warmth, and confidence. A Taurus wife lives in a reality where feelings are not displayed for show, but are proven by actions. She won't shout about her love, but she will buy your favorite shirt, cook dinner where every ingredient is chosen with the precision of a jeweler, and look into your eyes in a way that will dispel all doubts. Her world is one of stability, where emotions do not boil over, but glow with a quiet fire. A Taurus woman does not believe in beautiful promises. She believes in constancy, order, and respect. If she decides to be there, it is forever. Her word weighs more than the vows of others. She does not adapt to her partner's mood, but she knows how to smooth out rough edges without losing her dignity. There is no theatricality in her, only inner strength, calmness, and reliability, which become an anchor for a man in a storm. It is impossible to play games with her. She senses insincerity instantly, but if trust is established, she opens up completely. Soft, feminine, caring. In her presence, anxiety disappears because she creates an atmosphere where you want to stay. A Taurus wife knows how to endure, but she does not forgive humiliation. Her silence is a sign of the end, not weakness. And if she leaves, she does so silently, without drama, leaving a void that cannot be filled. She does not dream of loud romances. Her romanticism is stability. She knows how to be there when needed and not to tire with attention when silence is important. Her love is manifested in small things, neatly folded clothes, hot tea that has been waiting for hours, attention to details that a man often does not notice. And that is what makes her invaluable. A Taurus woman has a rare sense of proportion. She does not rush into extremes, but always sees things through to the end. She knows how to keep the family hearth, but does not become her husband's shadow. She respects work and order, and even in difficult situations, she does not lose her composure. Her strength lies in the fact that she does not demand. She simply does. A man next to her begins to appreciate simple things, because next to a Taurus, the world becomes as reliable as her handshake. She does not need an audience. She lives for herself and her loved ones. Her home is a reflection of her character. Beautiful, practical, warm. She does not seek advice from others because she knows how to create happiness with her own hands. She is not tempted by fleeting passions. She chooses depth. And when a man understands this, he realizes that he has not just a wife, but the foundation on which his whole life rests. A Taurus wife does not shout about her feelings, but they permeate everything she does. She may not say a word, but her gaze will convey more than any confession. This is a woman who does not chase after an ideal. She becomes one herself, without demanding recognition. Her love is a silence that contains everything: care, loyalty, devotion, and the certainty that tomorrow will be just as calm and reliable as today. The second sign is Leo. With her, life becomes a performance where she doesn't act, she lives. Her energy fills the house like sunshine after a long rain. A Leo wife isn't just there. She creates an atmosphere of celebration where even everyday life sounds like applause. She won't let dullness enter her space. Everything around her must shine: relationships, home, man. She does not tolerate mediocrity because she was born to be a queen. But her crown is not made of gold. It is made of dignity, strength, and unconditional loyalty. It is impossible to be indifferent to her. The lioness demands attention, but gives much more than she asks for. Her love is grand. She protects, inspires, supports, and pushes you to the top. A man next to her feels that he can do anything. She knows how to ignite ambition, revive confidence, and turn an ordinary person into a hero. But she cannot stand weakness of spirit. If someone is hiding behind others, they will disappear from her life like a shadow in the sun. She is proud, but not cold. You can melt in her warmth if you earn her trust. A Leo woman does not forgive betrayal. Not because she is vengeful, but because she sees no point in sharing her life with someone who is incapable of appreciating her loyalty. She is not looking for an equal. She is looking for someone worthy. And when she finds him, she becomes the woman for whom a man is capable of moving mountains. A Leo woman does not need to be told how to live. She has an inner compass that always points to dignity. You cannot win her over with pretty words, but you can win her respect and strength of character. She is a woman of action. If she loves, she proves it not with words, but with deeds that remain in your memory forever. Her presence is felt even when she is silent. In the family, the lioness is the sun around which everything revolves. She creates order, aesthetics, and an atmosphere of comfort where there is no place for chaos. But she is not a servant. She is a mistress who knows the value of work, but will not allow it to consume the joy of life. Her home is always alive. Laughter, light, the aroma of coffee, morning kisses, the confidence that everything is under control. She is generous to the extreme, with emotions, support, inspiration. The man next to her feels needed and significant because she knows how to elevate him in his own eyes. But if he ceases to be a support, she will not hold on to him. A lioness may suffer, but she will not humiliate herself. Her departure is not an escape, but the beginning of a new reign. Her love is fire, warm when there is respect, and merciless when she is lied to. She cannot stand boredom because she is made for a vibrant life. A lioness wife inspires you to be better, to strive for more, to live with dignity. She does not need handouts. She demands real participation. In return, she gives everything: devotion, care, passion, and that special power that makes the man next to her feel invincible. And when she walks around the house, gently adjusting details, like a conductor of her own universe, it becomes clear that harmony, order, and a life filled with meaning reign here. With her, things are never simple. With her, things are right. The third sign of Pisces. It is impossible to understand her at first glance. A Pisces woman seems to be woven from silence and feelings that cannot be measured. She does not speak loudly, does not demand attention, but her presence is felt in everything, in the softness of her movements, in the melody of her voice, in the way she knows how to listen. She does not argue, she feels, and that is what fascinates. A Pisces woman is like the ocean, deep, unpredictable, but always real. She is not one to destroy, she heals. A man next to her ceases to be rude, learns to listen to himself and appreciate simple things. She does not like noise. Her strength lies in calmness. Where others start a conflict, she simply steps back, leaving space for awareness. She does not win with words. She wins with silence. A Pisces woman can make a home come alive, even if there is emptiness around her. Her energy is gentle but powerful. She fills the air with a sense of care that needs no proof. She doesn't say, "I love you." She just acts. She hugs, fixes things, serves tea, waits by the window if you're late, and doesn't reproach you. She doesn't pretend to be perfect. She is real. She has no ostentatious glamour, but she has a depth into which a man can immerse himself, forgetting everything else. A Pisces wife feels another's pain as if it were her own. She is prone to forgiveness, but not out of weakness. She simply understands that revenge does not heal. Her love is not loud, but quiet and steady, like breathing next to you at night. She keeps her emotions like precious jewels and does not flaunt them. But if you trust her, you can see a whole world open up. Pisces do not seek to lead, but their influence is invisible and powerful. A man next to her becomes softer, wiser, and more tolerant. She knows how to inspire without words, support unconditionally, and love without calculation. Her home is a space without fuss. There, you don't have to talk to feel connected. Everything is thought out to the smallest detail, but without artificiality. Candles, calm colours, coziness, a light vanilla scent, photographs where everyone smiles sincerely. A Pisces wife creates not a household, but an atmosphere. You want to come back to her because in this house, fatigue disappears and time flows differently, gently, like her footsteps. She does not argue about leadership. She does not need to prove that she is important. Her value is obvious without words. A Pisces wife does not shout, demand, or control. She is simply there. And there is so much strength in this being there that a man stops looking for peace elsewhere. Her tenderness is not weakness, but confidence that true love does not require demonstrations. She is capable of waiting, but not because she is afraid of loneliness. She waits because she believes. A Pisces wife knows how to love like no one else, deeply, devotedly, completely. But if you betray her, she will disappear, silently, leaving behind only the memory of a warmth that no one else can give. A man who once realizes that his wife is a Pisces will understand that he has not just a woman by his side, but a soul in which he can drown and survive at the same time. There is no calculation, no falsehood, no games in her. Only sincerity, gentleness, and a rare ability to love in such a way that even the strongest men begin to believe in miracles. The fourth sign is Libra. A Libra woman seems to be created so that the man next to her feels harmony, confidence, and a zest for life. Her strength lies not in loud words, but in her subtle ability to make every day easier, calmer, and warmer. She knows how to be there without oppressing, but rather inspiring. In relationships, Libras always strive for balance. If their partner is tired, they will lend a shoulder to lean on. If their partner is flying high, they will not pull them down, but will support their flight. Everything Libras touch becomes more beautiful: their home, their relationships, even their partner's thoughts. She knows how to listen, not just nodding, but hearing between the lines, catching what a man does not say aloud. This is a rare gift that makes Libra not just a wife, but an ally with whom you can weather any storm. She does not cause scandals, does not pressure, does not demand the impossible. Libra is capable of building relationships based on trust and respect, and this is what creates a solid foundation that lasts for years. A man next to her feels not just comfort, but a special confidence that he has someone with whom he can build everything from scratch. In everyday life, she is precise and refined. She has an eye for detail. The tableware on the table matches the color of the curtains, and the scent of perfume echoes the smell of fresh coffee in the morning. There is no ostentatious display here. Libras simply cannot do otherwise. They make the space around them beautiful, not for the sake of impression, but because beauty for them is like air, without which it is difficult to breathe. Libra women cannot tolerate rudeness. If a man is capable of dialogue, if he values women and knows how to respect their boundaries, then he will be happy with a Libra woman. She is not one to make scenes of jealousy. Her weapons are cold elegance, gentle control, and the ability to put everything in its place with a single glance. A man who has once felt this energy understands that there is no one to compare her to. She does not look for reasons to prove herself right. She just does the right thing. In conflict, Libras seek balance, not destruction. And when the storm subsides, she will be the first to offer a hand to restore peace. This is where her maturity comes in. This is true femininity. For her, family is not a duty, but a union. Libras do not tolerate pressure, but they know how to be loyal to the end if they feel reciprocity. For the sake of her beloved, she is capable of changing, seeking compromises, and smoothing out rough edges. Her kindness is not naive, but conscious. She understands that in long-term relationships, it is not strength that wins, but patience and respect. Libras are ideal not because they are flawless, but because they know how to turn imperfection into harmony. She does not idealize life, but makes it beautiful even in simple things. A man whose wife is a Libra quickly realizes that he is not just a partner, but a person with whom he can be himself without fear of being misunderstood. And this is precisely her rare, true value. The fifth sign is Cancer. A Cancer woman is a person with whom everything takes on meaning. She has an innate need to care, protect, and fill the home with warmth and security. She does not build love with words. She builds it with actions. Her presence creates a feeling of home even where there never was one. She senses when her partner is feeling down, even if he does not say anything. And it is this sensitivity that makes her one of the most reliable and devoted wives. For Cancer, family is not just a status. It is her inner center around which her life revolves. She can be soft, gentle, even vulnerable. But when it comes to her loved ones, a strength awakens in her that is impossible to resist. She is ready to do anything for her husband and children. She does not complain or seek recognition. She just does it because her heart tells her to. In a relationship with a Cancer woman, a man receives not just support, but real emotional support. When the world collapses, she does not run away, but picks up the pieces, glues them back together, and restores meaning. Her care brings confidence. With her in the house, there is the smell of delicious food, cleanliness, and peace. Everything in her space is arranged so that everyone feels needed. She does not like superficiality. For her, a relationship is not a game, but a sacred space where lying is not allowed. If a man is honest, If he shows attention and respect, Cancer will always be there. But if he betrays her, she will leave forever, without scandal or explanation. She does not seek revenge, she simply leaves. And this is her strength, her ability to love without slavery and to let go without resentment. Cancer knows how to be a wife in the deepest sense of the word. She senses her partner's needs better than he does himself and does everything to make his life easier. Her care is not intrusive. It is as natural as breathing. A man next to her stops fearing tomorrow because he knows that at home he is awaited not just by a person, but by a woman for whom it is worth being the best version of himself. She appreciates simple things: dinner together, quiet conversations, morning coffee, a look without words. She doesn't need external glamour. She creates radiance from within. That is why, next to a Cancer, a man gradually becomes calmer, more confident, and kinder. But don't confuse her kindness with weakness. She has a resilience that can withstand any blow. She doesn't shout about her achievements, but it is thanks to her that the family holds together. When others break down, Cancer keeps going, maintaining the belief that anything can be overcome with love by your side. Such a woman becomes the heart of any home. She does not seek fame or demand recognition. She simply loves. And this love has everything: strength, tenderness, and a quietness in which a man understands that things could not be better.